here today? If you are, please let me know, because it'll be great if you're here. You are going to get the, we're going to build the strategy you suggested, and it appears to be an apiary fund strategy. So I'm just going to have a sip of my tea here. So apiary fund, let's dive into that. Where are we? Apiary fund. So I heard about this fund a while ago, and actually they take traders and they sort of foster them along the way. And if you're a good trader, you can contribute to the fund, and they basically sort of pay you to trade on their behalf. So this is one of their educational sources for getting people into trading and getting them underway. So I was able to find this PDF, which is great. So this is a strategy that was suggested to me, and I'll run through what it looks like here so we can all understand it. So hopefully you can, oh, Lucian, you're here, brilliant. Look, I'm doing a strategy for you, mate. Right, let's zoom in here a little bit. Okay, so you can see here we've got a 50 simple moving average. It could be any moving average really, and a stochastic 14, 3, and 3. So you can see there, I don't know if it's too light, but you can see the 50 moving average there and the stochastic down the bottom. So those are the indicators we need. We need the fast track setup. So this is buy if the 50 SMA is pointing up. So we need to make sure 50 SMA is pointing up, which is doing in this case. You can see there, it's got the green arrow and the buy there. This is for a buy, and the stochastic is below the 50 line. So the 50 line being this line right here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but this is your buy zone here below the 50 line, and then the opposite occurs for the sell as well. So the sell is pointing down, moving average pointing down, and then the sell zone is above the 50 line. Okay, so we're looking for those two things first of all. Then we're looking for the the fast track trigger when the stochastic turns back in back in the same direction as the 50 SMA. So the same direction being for a buy up. And you can see here they've highlighted them here in circles where it turns around and starts going back up. Okay, and you need to wait for the candle to close, and then you can enter. So basically, we're looking for an up moving average. We're looking for this to be below the 50 line and then turning. And as soon as it turns and the candle closes, we can enter that buy trade, and vice versa for a sell trade. Stop loss. So where to put the stop loss? So for a buy, we're going to put it below the 50 SMA and the below or below the last swing low, whichever is further away. So if we go back to that chart here, assuming we bought around about here, so the last swing low, where you could say that this was the big last swing low, and the 50 SMA is really here. So do you put your stop here? Possibly, or you could say that the last swing low was up in this area here, and you put your stop there, but this one's further away, so you'd actually put it below the 50. So we've got to sort of make a decision there. And what else have we got here? The take profit, so it's 2 times the amount of the stop loss. So for example, if the stop loss is 25, then the take profit will be set at 50 pips. So we're looking at 200% of the stop loss target. So that could be a variable, and we can actually sort of optimize that and test that out if we wanted to. Now, they've got some indications here as to where on the which charts, what time frames, and what sort of size you should look to trade. So it's obviously pretty conservative, only a couple of time frames and one chart. What I learned the other day from one of the actually it was Nick Radge, whose strategy we used last time, and his thinking was your strategy should be able to work no matter what chart, no matter what time frame, it should be able to work. So I've sort of got that stuck in my mind at the moment. So I don't really know about this sort of, it only works on one particular strategy, currency pair or time frame. So anyway, let's keep going down. So what else have we got here? So this is basically what it's telling us is this is not really probably what they'd consider a complete strategy, and it's almost like take this as a base and then work on it. You know, you might want to filter out certain times of the day that you trade, certain days of the week that you trade. You might want to muck around with offsets. You might want to muck around with the percentage they use or the settings, etc. So that's the strategy in a nutshell. Let's jump back to the presentation. So my 45 minutes starts now. Let me take a sip of tea again so that I've got a fresh